So hello guys again. As you can see, it's a beautiful day today, nice and sunny, a bit cold, but why not. What I found is, I'm quite excited about, is a beautiful park in my neighborhood. As you can see, it does have a running track. That's about 400 meters. So that what this will give me is actual a continuous run on the board, so I can test out the battery, especially with a couple of tips that was given by Slicker Revolution boys. So as you can see, my app is now set up, it's turned on. Let's check the battery on the board. So hopefully you'll see it. The battery is full, so it's full. I've charged it this morning, and it is now 20 past, well, almost coming up to 20 past 12. Let's turn the board on. There we go, board is on. Put my gloves on. Guys, please wear a helmet and gloves. I've got my bike helmet on actually, the open face bike helmet. Please use the helmet and the gloves just in case if you come off. Hope you won't, but you know what happens. So the tip number one that I was given by guys in Slick Revolution is to have the board on the normal mode, not on a higher speed mode. Higher speed mode does take you up to 21 miles an hour. Take a look at my other videos. So first trick is keep the remote on a normal mode. We will see what top speed I will gain. Will stay in just in this mode. So I'm staying just in the normal mode, and we'll see how we get on. Give it a push, and when it's rolling, then engage the power on the board and roll. Okay, so my first video when I've done the review on the battery, I have done it with a full speed turned on, so on a thrill mode, and I had the board running as fast as it could actually, or as fast as I safely could do it at the moment. So right now it's in the lowest setting, and I am doing 16 miles an hour, 17 actually. So I'm not sure. Well, what we can do is maybe test it out doing the higher speed as well again. But as you can see, on a lower setting, the board is already moving 14 miles an hour easily. There we go, it's a bit of straight. Let's see what I can do. So that's full speed at the moment on the lowest setting. So 15-16 miles an hour on the lowest setting, with a button pressed in all the way. Okay, and that's actually quite nice. You don't have to worry about cars or anything. It will probably become quite boring doing this for hours and hours and hours, but we're already down 0.4 miles, so hopefully it ain't gonna take too long. So as you can see, when you do travel down the hill a bit, it does go up to about 18 miles an hour. This one here, as you can see by the wind noise, it's against the wind, so it slows down a bit. But again, I'm a big bloke and I do kind of like make a parachute effect. Okay, 16 miles per hour. Lowest setting, having some momentum at this point here, going down the hill, we was able to hit 19 miles an hour. We've done so far 0.7 miles, so I think I probably have another 10, probably about 20 laps in this board. So it's 6 minutes so far riding the board. We've achieved 19 miles per hour top speed already. That's on the lowest setting of the board, and average speed is about at 12. So that's what the boys at Slick Revolution did tell me, is not to have it constantly on the highest setting, on the thrill mode. Don't have it on the thrill mode. Move the board or kick the board and then use the power, instead of taking off from zero using the motors, because that drains the battery quite a lot. Next tip is to actually apply a little bit of brake when you go downhill. Hold on, there's a bit of wind. Let me move away from the wind, or move further. This way you can actually hear what I'm saying. It's very windy, and I can feel the board struggling a little bit. Not struggling, but it's dropping off on the speed because I'm going against the wind. So, hopefully you can hear me now. So, tip number 3 is to apply brakes when you're rolling down the hill, because the brakes are regenerative. Well, those are the ones that supposedly charge your battery just a little bit when you're rolling down the hill, and apply slight brake. Okay. So, I'm going to circle around like this until battery is dead, and I will let you know how I get on. This remote, yes, it's not the super duper fancy remote. It is plastic, but I personally think it's actually a good remote. The cruise control button could have been a little bit more understandable or straightforward to do. Like, I would have personally preferred a separate button for the cruise control to lock the speed. But because, thank you, because I strongly recommend wearing your helmet and wearing your gloves when you are on any board, really, especially on electric board. This cheap control with this big button is actually quite comfortable. You know, I'm not sure about triggers and stuff. This is actually sits nicely in my hand. Yes, it's cheap, but you know what? If you drop it and you break it, I think it's about 15 quid or something like that to actually replace the whole thing. So, I don't know. Judge for yourself. So guys, as you can see, I'm still in the park, and so far I've got myself a reading of 2.8 miles. Yeah, I'm rolling at about 12. By the way, this board, I think the skateboarders refer to this as cutting. I am not a skateboarder. That's my first skateboard ever. But that does, I guess what you say, cut quite nicely. I think that someone who knows how to skate probably would have been able to taste it out better. But as you can see by these lines, you can swerve in and out very, very nicely. Hey, look at me. See what I'm saying? Can you see my feet? There's quite a movable, or how would I say? What's the proper word of saying this? Quite a maneuverable board. Sorry guys, back to the screen. Apologies, I got carried away again. It's just this board too much fun. I cannot not do all this silly stuff. So So far we've done 3.3, well, let's call it 3.4 miles with a top speed of 19 miles an hour. That's on the lowest setting. Average speed is about 12 miles an hour for saving the battery. Sorry, wind noise. Let me get out of the wind and do a bit of more of this. Way. And I'm doing this at 16 miles an hour, guys. As you can see, all this carving, how do you call it, is at quite a it's quite a speed, guys. Damn, that is fast. 17 miles an hour. As you can see, the board is very, very stable. I know the ground is quite perfect, but still quite a lot of twigs on it and stuff like that. Board handles absolutely spectacular. Look at this. Wait, let's stay in this lane. It's just quite cool when I go around this line, as you can see the movement. And that is at 13 miles an hour, 14 miles an hour. Cool. So 3.7 miles, 3. So guys, as you can see, I am still here on my Slick Revolution Flex eboard. Been on the board now for 29 minutes non-stop. Did not, well, I did slow down, but did not get off the board, and just continuously went around this circle, as you can see, in a beautiful park. As the mystery shadow guy again. Wait, guys, I have one thing I forgot to mention, that this board does have a cruise control. Yes, you heard me right, it does have cruise control. So as you can see, I don't have remote in my hands. It's dangling, and I'm doing 16 miles an hour, constant speed. Don't have to do anything with the remote, just have it in your pocket if you want to. I would recommend it, because just in case we need to stop. But the remote got an option of a cruise control. You literally get to the speed that you want to, press on the button, and it keeps the speed constant. There we go. It's probably, I would say, is another good way of maybe keeping the battery a bit longer, instead of going, you know, up and down, up and down. So this cruise control, we're right now at 50 miles an hour, and so far we covered 4.3 miles. And it's actually quite fun just having it like that in your hand without thinking about it, especially when you're doing this long duration video on the battery life. Well, I'll talk to you in a bit. So guys, as you can see, I'm still in the park. I had to slow down. I was on the board for 35 minutes now, and my legs are really tired. Anyway, so let's take a look what we got so far. So we've got, hello doggy, we've got 7 miles distance at the moment. So at this point, at my last video, the battery cut off. Okay, we had average speed of 14 miles an hour. The app was on for 36 minutes, but I was actually on the board for since 12:20, and I was able to get maximum speed of 19 miles an hour, and this is on the lowest setting. So now is the cruncher. Can this board go any further than 7 miles on one charge with all the tips that I have applied that was given to me by Slick Revolution? Okay, they did tell me to push the board first, then engage the power. I've done that. I did not force the board to take me from the zero start or from the point of standing. I did not go onto a fun mode, or sorry, onto the thrill mode, to all the 22 and whatever not miles per hour, which board can do. I've tested it already, watch my other videos. So I stood on a lower setting and I tried to keep the average speed from 12 to 16. Unfortunately, it came out a bit higher than it was recommended. I was at about, as you can see, 14 miles an hour, but it's still good enough. So let's get on the board and see if we can get any more than 7 miles out of it. Okay? And Slick Revolution boys, sorry if it wouldn't. I have tried your tips as well. So we're not gonna make the board take me from zero. We push the board and then we engage the power and then we move. Okay? The board is definitely moving them much slower than when it was charged fully. It does still move, but it still does move, but obviously, as you can see, on a good bit, where I was doing 16, 17, and when I got 90 miles an hour speed, it's only doing 13. But it's still moving, so I cannot say that it's not. It is still moving. And that's me, Mystery Shadow Guy. Way. And then we have a Mystery Shadow board. So guys, as you can see, board is no more. Battery is dead. I've done all the tricks that's supposed to be to keep this board battery as long as I can, or the charge as long as I can. I was, as you can see, riding on an ideal surface. That's a running track on the lowest setting, and I got 7.4 miles an hour. That's it, 7.4 miles an hour. Average speed 13, 14, top speed 19. I think I still get just a little bit of charge on it to start moving. What I want to test out is the brakes. I'm curious to see if the brakes still work even if the board is dead. Don't be surprised the board started going again. It will die out straight away. When the battery is dead and you give it like a minute or two, it gives another push for about, well, another like 30 seconds or so, and then it cuts out again. So it's not me being cheeky. There we go, it cut out. So that's it. Board now is not moving. That's it. So let's be fair to the board. 7.5 miles. So 7.5 miles with a shadow at 17.5 stone and with windy conditions. But now, quick test. So the board is dead. Look, it's not going. Yeah. Let's see if they got still got the brakes. Yes, perfect. So with the board dead, as you can see, board is not going anywhere. We still got enough power for the board to stop. Slick Revolution, this is brilliant. This is very good. I'm very excited that this is the case. As you can see, brakes do work even when there is no more power to power the board forward. Okay, that's brilliant. You don't want to be going down the hill or something like that. A bit more power, we collected more power, and we're going, and we're going, and we're going, and it's about to die. So brakes do work with the battery fully depleted, and we're dead again, and we're dead. So battery is fully dead. There we go, guys. So battery is dead, but the brakes do work. That is brilliant. That's a good touch. As you can see, board is rolling and brakes do work. So with a fully dead battery, brakes are working fine. That is brilliant. So let's take a look what we got here. Oh, so let's turn this off. What a beautiful day, huh? Absolutely gorgeous day. Absolutely gorgeous. Hello, Shadow. So we've been on the board for 40 minutes, so you get continuous run on the board for 40 minutes. That's 40. Okay, if you're a heavy person, which I am, and tall person, which I am, the board got tested to its maximum. Yeah, no one will be testing the board with a bloke like me on it. Okay, this board was tested with a person of 80 kilos. So everything you see on the box, that's with the rider of 80 kilos, 80. I am 110 plus all the clothing and gear, I would say 120. That's big difference. So we've got fairly, out of this board, no bull, 7.6 miles with the average speed of 13 miles with 19 miles an hour top speed when the battery was completely charged, and the board was on for 44 minutes. Yes, 12:20 we started riding, and I'm going to take a couple of screenshots of that. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, guys, and if you did, please like the videos and subscribe to my channel. Comment, negative or positive, don't care, but please do comment, because that's what makes us tick, and that's what made me to make this video. Right then, boys, see you later, and girls, bye.